My name is Do Not Obey, and let's get started. Let's get it. What's up, guys? It's me, Do Not Obey, and let's get into another video. Now, you see behind me, this is a little hint of to what is to come. Allegedly, this lady's son stole a piece of the pyramid, and she believes that it's cursed. He is no longer here. I'm going to throw an alleged, but I'm just going to throw an alleged, but supposedly he's not here. And a lot of people think that it's tied to stealing from Egypt, stealing from the pyramid. Now, I don't understand people like this that have no regard for things. Some things are not meant to be touched. Also, if you think about it, it's just like Lake Lanier. People still swim in the lake knowing what happened to certain peoples in that lake. And then you have all the magic and the knowledge and the power that Egypt had and still does to this day that allegedly, in my opinion, not alleged, but anyway, is copied to this day. Africa had everything. Planes, trains, and automobiles, flushing toilets, light bulbs, running water. Don't get me started. I knew this back when I was in elementary school. Okay. So with those that don't believe or have no concern for other cultures or just don't care, and believe me, it's in many different faces and races, okay? You take a piece of the pyramid and don't think nothing's gonna happen. I would be terrified to touch a rock and take it out. When I go to the Appalachian Mountains and I get rocks literally from the creek, I give an offering to the forest. I don't know if it's what they want. I'm hoping that it has appeased them in the Appalachians. But I don't just expect to go pick up some pretty rocks out the river and not pay homage to what is out there. Yeah, it's nature, but this is beyond nature, y'all. This is principalities. These are spirits. Everybody thinks that we're dealing with flesh. Not everybody is human. Y'all know that. So we're going to roll the clip. Check out this lady's story. And if I can find some people's opinions other than mine, I'll throw them on in there. So I hope you guys do like the video. And like I always say, do not obey. Stay woke. Peace.
A video of that woman saying how her son took home a piece of the Egyptian pyramids and now her family is cursed. Let's talk about it. So this woman on here is sharing her story on how she is trying to send back a piece of the pyramids because her son, I believe she said a year ago, went on a trip to Egypt and somehow chiseled a piece of the pyramid off and brought it back. I don't know how he did it, but he did it, and that was a huge no-no. So she said when he got home, he showed her, and she was like, you need to send that back. And she said immediately things just started getting bad. I'm talking about deaths in the family, cancers, lots of hospital visits, like people getting sick, just random things just started going downhill. And she said when she would, mention it to him, he'll just brush it off. And then a few months later, I believe she said in March, he sadly passed away. And this stuff like this is nothing to play with. Do y'all not know how sacred the Egyptians were? The things that, I just don't understand why would one do such a thing. This is nothing to play with.
Tell me someone else saw the video of the woman who said that her son stole a piece of the pyramid in Egypt and brought it home. Now, I'm assuming home is America, but...
Did you see this video? She's holding the box. This is the lady from Alaska where her kids stole a piece of the Great Pyramid in Egypt and brought it home, and all these bad things happened to her and her family. Her kid died. And she explains in this video that she her family has experienced things like deaths and cancer, and like I said, her kid passed away. And she was like, immediately when she saw it the first time, she was like, you have to send it back, you have to send it back. And her kid kind of like laughed it off and everything. And so she is basically boxing it up in the video. It's just like a chunk of material. She's boxing it up in the video.
I'm telling y'all, stop playing with shit you don't know about. They can't figure out how pyramids are made for a reason. There is something ancient tied to those pyramids, and those pyramids are supposed to be left alone. So it's a woman on here who said her oldest son went to Egypt, and when he came back home, he brought back a piece of the pyramid. And after he brought that pyramid back home into his house, she said their family has been cursed with bad luck ever since. Oh, you don't believe me, right?
I have a piece of the Great Pyramid that was taken. It is illegal to have, and it also, I think, is cursed. And so we are sending it back today. It's taken me, it's like one of those things, it's not hard, but it has taken me so long to like pack this thing and get it out of my house. And so I have some foam, I have bubble wrap, I have the envelope that it came in, and I have this box. Although it won't ship flat rate to Egypt, the guy at the post office told me that I could in fact use this box. So that's what I'm going to do. If you're new here, a year and a half ago, my oldest son went to Egypt and brought home what he said was a piece of the pyramid. Said he broke it off and brought it home. And immediately I was like, you have to send that thing back. That it needs to go back from where it came. Like it does not belong with us. And after he brought that back, our family has been cursed with nothing but bad luck, and terrible things have happened. And eventually he actually passed away in March. And I'm not making light of him passing. I'm processing that off of TikTok. It's what it is. So, but we've had deaths, we've had cancer, we've had hospitals have happened. And every time something bad happened, I was like, we have to get that piece of the pyramid gone. And he always laughed and told me I was crazy. And when he passed, I had to get this pyramid and get it out of our family and get it back to where it came from. And that is what I'm going to do. So I asked in the last video that I made, and it's been like a month because I've been putting it off. I think it's actually been like 3 weeks, but I've been putting it off because it's one of those things that's not hard, but you're just not ready to do it. And I need to do it because I'm leaving on a trip in a week. So, yeah, I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to very gently put the piece of the pyramid. There it is, in a lot of bubble wrap. And then I'm going to write a little handwritten note and just explain why this is coming back, and to please forgive us and accept our deepest and sincerest apologies from our family. I have been trying to figure out, like, how do I get the curse off of my family? Is it just returning this thing? I don't know. We will see. But, okay, I've got it. I'm going to, that scrabbling is like my dog on the floor. So I'm just going to wrap this in bubble wrap. Fresh, clean, nice bubble wrap, not the scrap that it came in. And that is that. Hold on. All right, so I'm just going to cut pieces of this foam and kind of make sure that this thing isn't going anywhere. I don't want I don't want them to open it and think that it wasn't taken care of. It has been safe here, and now it needs to go back and be safe there. So these boxes are tricky. Have you ever used these little flat rate boxes? It's like, ugh. I need 3 hands. Okay, almost there. If your family ever brought home a piece of something that it shouldn't have, would you have returned it? What would you do? How would you ensure that it got back to where it needs to go? Has your family ever done that? Has your family ever put you in that sort of a situation? Anyway, I'm gonna tape all this up and put the address for the Cairo Museum right there, and then I'm gonna go stand in line at the post office and drop this thing off and send it back. With much love. I thought that I could share a few comments and thoughts and answer a couple of questions for you guys on this whole subject, which I did not expect for it to take off. I actually made that video three months ago, and I left it in drafts because I wasn't sure that I wanted to share that. I was cleaning out my drafts and found it and thought, it's been 3 months, it's back where it belongs. Whether or not I felt like it brought me bad luck, as soon as all of our family bad luck, as soon as he told me he had it, like before anything bad ever happened, I immediately said to you, that needs to go back. It doesn't belong with us. It needs to go back immediately. My son always marched to the beat of his own drum. He didn't give two shits what people thought he should do with anything in his life. You couldn't tell him to do anything. So when people say, I would have beat my kid and made him take it back, he was 32 years old. I did end up sending it to the big museum in Cairo, and I did put in a sincere apology card and a sincere apology. Like, it was heartfelt, and I wanted them to know that it was being sent back with love and apologies. And so another comment I got a lot was one that really just chapped my ass, was the sounds about white comment that someone left. My son never identified as white. He was half black. For anyone thinking that he was white and stealing artifacts, no. He was not white. He did not identify as white. He identified as black. And he could have totally picked it up off the ground. Who knows where it came from? But wherever it came from, it needed to go back. I feel like I did the right thing. A lot of people said, that's illegal, you could be in trouble, and blah, blah. I never kept it. He brought it home. He had it. He did not live in our home. He gave it to a family member. When he passed away, I took it from her and said I was going to return it. And then I spent a couple weeks dilly-dallying, not quite knowing how I was going to return it, when, where, and also just getting it done. Like, it was one of those things that wasn't hard, but it was a big job that carried a lot of mental stress. I think I did the right thing. So I hope I answered some of your questions. So it turns out that 3 months and 1 week after sending that package, I am still weirdly in possession of that chunk of what I was told was a pyramid. I tried to send it back, you guys, and it made it to Egypt on the 8th of July. It's marked on there, received in Egypt. And then no one ever claimed it. It's like the cat came back, but it's like a chunk of the pyramid. So if anyone has any like solid addresses that I can send this to, or I would really love to talk to someone and get this in the hands of the right person. So if you know anything, and I'm going to actually take this comment and I'm going to go and try to look up the museum that they're talking about and send it there. But this is not the outcome I was thinking I would get. I'm just stunned that I waited 3 months to share that draft, and the next week this thing comes back. I've got it right here. I don't want to show you because it has like addresses all over it and stuff, but yeah, this is it. I have heard you guys loud and clear, above and beyond everything we've been called: colonizers, white, mighty white, sounds about white, are you British, must be British, blah blah. Far and away, the thing we've heard the absolute most is that we need to take it back ourselves. And I just kept thinking, there's no way we can do this. So I was trying to figure out, like, how am I going to bring this up? How am I going to talk to him about this? And so I just soft launched it, just casually mentioned what people thought. Before I could even get to the point where I was like, I think we need to take it back, he just blurted out, I think we need to take it back. And it was kind of amazing because neither of us had really said that to each other. And then to have both of us feeling it in the same moment, it just felt like that's exactly what we needed to do. Point that my passport is due to expire very soon. And at some point, like, you can't travel if your expiration is within 3 months. It's very close to that. In fact, it's like on that line. So I looked it up and it looks as if the State Department is still issuing passports. So it's considered an essential service. As long as that is true, I am going to go tomorrow and get my passport photo, get it submitted and get it renewed. And then once my passport has been renewed and is in my hand, we will make our travel plan. I'm not going to pay for a trip until my passport is back in my hands. I've seen too many videos of people that are like, oh my God, my passport, it's not back yet. So I'm going to take care of that and do it right. And I'm going to take care of getting this piece of the pyramid back. I'm going to do it right. And I feel like this is a good decision.